Oh, get out of here.
That's
That's okay. That's okay. Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Heroes, Comedy Heroes.
absolutely. Here's how magicians solve
Wow.
That's what we're doing.
One of those, Elaine.
Stay over. Wow.
We are going to be feeding Sam sugar and see how much it actually takes for him to lose his ability to solve. Right? This is science. We're doing this for science, Sam. Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Crosswords Live. We are here again with my solving buddy, Sam Ezersky. Good afternoon, Sam. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Deb. I'm pretty tired, honestly, but this puzzle is going to wake us right up. This will electrify us.
I think so. It's pretty dreary here out in New Jersey today, but I will say that when I solved Ben Zimmer and Emmett Quigley's crossword puzzle, I sort of tumbled to the theme in stages. And I have to say that at first I was sort of like, well, is that it for a Thursday theme? And when I finally got the whole thing, I was like, wow. So I do think this is going to open a few eyes.
That's awesome. I mean, you bring up a good point right off the bat that I'd say there's a common misconception in crosswords. We talk about all these marvelous Thursday gimmicks, these crazy tricks. Not every Thursday is going to have those crazy tricks, but that doesn't mean the puzzle isn't slotted for a Thursday. Just a little harder than Wednesday, tougher theme to glom onto, and can't run it on a Friday or Saturday because that's when Themelesses run. This puzzle is very multi-layered, which you'd expect from the professional linguist lexicographer Ben Zimmer and professional puzzle maker Emmett Quigley. It's really top-notch work. I'm excited to dive in.
Absolutely. And this is Ben's second puzzle for the New York Times.
Yeah.
But Brendan has had, I think it's up to like 187 puzzles total. That includes variety puzzles, but something like 178 crosswords for the New York Times. He's a veteran.
Yes, and I mean, like, Brendan's one of the goats. This guy is one of the most prolific puzzle makers of all time. He broke an entirely new mold in talky phrases and themelesses. He was the first to ever use "what the" in a puzzle, right?
Or why you little.
Why you little, exactly. And that was 20 years ago. And I obviously not at the time, but I remember picking up that puzzle in one of Will Shortz's anthologies and going, this is what makes crosswords fun. Brendan has really pioneered that, and this is his and Ben's expert work on display, really. It's a cool puzzle.
It really is. It really is. So let's get started. Freak Lunchbox is with us, and he's excited for this one.
Excellent.
Where would you hop in?
I'm so glad you threw me a bone right here with two down. Technically, the ACC school, it could be it could be UNC, right? It could, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw in my alma mater here. Go Hoos! Wahoo! It's UVA.
Wahoo! Sam.
Yes, wahoo!
Yes. Do you think that Ben and Brendan put that in to sort of, massage you and make you feel good about accepting it?
No, they didn't have to. They're good guys. Honestly, they're both friends of mine. So there's no favoritism here. We like calling a good line about puzzles, but looking at a collab byline like this, I was particularly excited, and it's a good puzzle. But yes, UVA is right there at 2 down. We can even check the V there at 15 across. Turn into a cliche of just the V. That's going to be overuse.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
That's a nice one. Now, I happen to like, speaking about talky phrases, one across was a really cool way to open the puzzle, and as far as I was concerned.
Took care of it.
Sure did.
Sure did. That clue really nails the answer too. It's tough to clue these things like sure do, sure did, as am I, so do I. But this is, what else is this going to be? And just like that, we're off to the races. We can even look at these little threes, or if comments are pouring in, lay them on me.
Oh, absolutely. Billy Freeland is with us, and he says that 44 down, if you want to skip down,
let's jump
down a little bit, is Ray, R-A-E.
It's a Ray.
There
This
you
this
go.
is becoming the now classic way to clue Ray. It's amazing
I
how
think
coffee
so.
clues
Yeah.
tastes change over time, right?
No more Norma Ray for us.
No more normal Ray. It's all Issa.
Thank God.
Let's
We
see.
did a long tour of Norma Ray. Uh, Now, Nine Bark Outfitter says Brendan has a unique style of cluing. He really does. You can always tell Brendan's voice.
Exactly.
Freak Lunchbox has an interesting side note. He got a rejection note from Sam yesterday. Thanks for looking over my submission. You were so kind and thoughtful. Thanks for all the work you do. So that's so touching. Thank you, Freak Lunchbox, for letting us know, and keep on submitting, because eventually something will break through.
You'll get there. I mean, really, we're rooting for all our constructors. We just have to balance like the good feedback and really just being efficient and getting through all these submissions. But I'm glad, because with every puzzle we review, we're like we want to give insightful feedback where we can,
Yeah.
because I mean, on a personal note, I remember exactly what it was like just dipping my toe into the water for the first time and being intimidated by the whole process,
Yep.
even knowing that some of my earliest efforts were like obvious no's, but I just wanted to hear someone pointing me in the right direction. So it's my pleasure to do that with anybody that
Yeah.
submits puzzles to me.
And it's not like the editors want to say, absolutely not, we're not taking your puzzle. You have to remember that they get about 200 submissions a week now, I think you're up to.
Yep.
And only 7 puzzles can run in a given week.
It's incredibly cutthroat. I mean,
It
they're
is.
more than
It's very
ever,
competitive.
are we responding to perfectly good puzzles that we know will be enjoyable, saying that we simply just don't have room in our files for these puzzles. They're just not we
Yeah.
can only pick our absolute favorites, and there's no
Right.
faults to find in this puzzle at all. We just couldn't quite take it for our files. It's all a balance. Mileage varies, editorial tastes do too, and they evolve over time. But yeah, in any case, thank you, Freak Lunchbox, whichever constructor you
Yeah,
are.
it
It's my
was.
pleasure.
And Bruce Giordano's with us, and he is finishing off the northwest corner by saying that one down is Sot.
Lush is sought
Winter
indeed.
is Sot. That's definitely a crossword puzzle. You don't normally hear people calling each other Sots.
Exactly. That's our fun bit of crosswordese and a Thursday
Yep.
clue to boot. This is how you know it's Thursday.
Now, Bruce also says that 6 down is Isaac.
Oh, Isaac Hayes. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, you scored.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's great.
Absolutely. Billy Freeland says 3 down is Rex and 17 across is Taxi Cab.
Nice. I
love
always
that too.
I love hearing the way you solvers with us right now use shorter toe holds to build into longer answers. Like, oh yes, we have Rex, so that means with that X there, that must be taxi cab. Because that's exactly how
Absolutely.
you go about solving your puzzles.
And not only that, but once you write in the longer answer, that's so many more crossers that you can get, because look what we have filled in now. We could probably get 5 down, which
Luxembourg is a
is a
grand one.
duchy.
Grand Duchy, of course.
Yeah.
And Messing of Will and Grace. This is a surname. That's Deborah.
Deborah Messing, right? Purse 222 says besotted used to mean drunk, but now it means infatuated. Interesting.
Oh, wow. That's if we get Ben Zimmer here, he can talk about the etymological evolution of that.
Right. I was going to say that sounds a lot like Ben, but he's going under the name of I don't think it's Ben, but it's Purse 222.
No,
I think he would probably go under his real name. Nine Bark Outfitters agrees on Duchy, and Bruce Giordano says 19 across is harsh.
It's harsh, severe. Like even on a Thursday, you get a few letters and you can just fill in the end of it. It's all about looking at the right answers. Maybe we can even check this H right here. Here's a little bit of fun with the English language. A state whose northern residents are known as Yoopers. Am I saying that correctly?
Well, it's definitely not New Jersey. I'll tell you that.
It's
Sam,
not New Jersey.
Nobody would call anyone from New Jersey a Yooper and get away with it.
There's an H there. Are there any states where you abbreviate their name and It's spelled with 4 letters ending in an H. It's an
Oh,
abbreviation, so it's not Utah.
yeah, I think right, exactly, and it's a northern. It's a northern resident, but I think it's got to be Michigan, MICH.
MICH. I like that. And again, the ABBR means that this answer is going to be an abbreviation or a shortening. Look out for those pesky crossword tags. Really
Right.
following these rules are how you're going to get better working your way through midweek puzzles. It's all about
Yep.
what these clues are telling you to do.
Now, Ben has joined us.
Excellent.
BG Zimmer, hello, I'm here. Hey, Ben, it's good to see you, or at least hear from you. Winna Lou, who is a New York Times constructor and associate puzzles editor, is also here and loved the puzzle.
It's
Well,
a party. Winna, welcome.
yeah, it's a New York Times crossword party. This is as close as we get to meetings now. Valeria Silvestri says, oops, I'm late, but that's okay. What matters is we got here. C. Bucko is saying hi to Ben, and everybody's agreeing that it was a great puzzle. Let's see. Okay. What else have we got here? What is this 22 across, that long answer there?
Gentle, mild-mannered sort is an interesting clue.
I mean, I would say teddy bear, but obviously not with those letters. How about pussycat?
Let's do pussycat. That's correct. Indeed. So we're filling out some long ones here. We should maybe at some point start looking to see if there's where's the theme in this puzzle? Every Thursday puzzle is going to have a theme somewhere, right? Usually it's usually in the longer across answers, but here there's just
we don't have a whole lot of them.
Answers.
Right, they're pretty. Billy says that 18 across is calcium.
Let's go. Most common mineral in the human body. You know what? Even if you didn't know that
today
fun bit
of
trivia, today I learned personally, you have that C and it's 7 letters and it's a mineral. Take those educated guesses on Thursdays. You never know when it's going to be
absolutely.
Check your crossword.
Absolutely. Let's get some of those shorter answers there. Can we go back down, 6 down, or I'm sorry, 9 down?
There's Newswoman Navarro.
Oh, Anna. That's got to be Anna Navarro.
Let's see. There's Frame in this one's a little tough. Frame in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I personally learned this word from crosswords, actually.
Absolutely, absolutely. Although I will say I am old enough to remember when cartoons were made with individual cells, CEL.
That's the one. Those little animation frames.
That's right. That's right. Hearst 222 says he thought it would, but that the mineral would be cocaine. But he's kidding.
I like that for a best wrong answer, man. No further comment.
Aretha, I love this one. Aretha's sister who sang Piece of My Heart. Aretha's older sister was named Irma Franklin.
Irma Franklin is the one.
And she was an amazing singer. I have a video of her singing that song on Wordplay today because she was just so magical.
Nice to get a cool feature here too, because a name like Irma, there are only so many ways to clue Irma. So this
we've done Bombeck a million times. It's time to let Irma Franklin stand up.
Exactly. Let's see. Hammer-ins. Streisand role in Funny Girl.
Go. I know this one. Fanny Brice, Brice.
Brice, indeed. And the subtlety that we do every so often in crossword clues, especially toward the end of the week, is last name in the clue here. It just says Streisand, so you're just going to get a last name in the answer here rather than the full name Fanny Brice.
That's right. That's a great rule to remember. There are a lot of matching rules in solving crosswords. Tenses have to match, plurals have to match, abbreviations more or less have to match. But it also, last name, if it's a last name in the clue, it has to be a last name in the answer. Just
vast majority of the
matching rule. That matching rule, knowing about that will immediately make you a much better solver. Now, you're highlighting my favorite clue in the entire puzzle. I actually used this as a headline today because I thought it was so incredible. Now, king-like, in a way, made me immediately think of checkers, like king media and stuff like that. It
Look at
also
regal.
regal, right. So when I got macabre, I was like, what? This is the kind of thing where I filled it in and got it, it's just sort of smacked me in the back of the head afterward. You can be king-like in a way, which is macabre. It's king-like is macabre if you happen to be a fan of the horror writer Stephen King.
Exactly.
That's just brilliant.
The veiled capital K at the beginning of the clue, because crossword clues always, unless there's camel case like iPhone,
There's always a
always start
reason
with
for
capital
it.
letters. What's that?
Yep. There's always a reason for something going on.
Always a reason for something going on. So how about this? Wrongly, an adverb or maybe an adverbial phrase.
That looks like it's going to be in error.
In
That's one of those
error.
things. I can just kind of see the pattern of the letters. And if you guys are guessing, just please put your guesses in the comments. We appreciate it if you include the entry number and whether it's across or down with it.
Indeed.
Let's see. Nicole Xavier is with it. She liked the king-like in a way clue as well.
Excellent. You know what? I always love, even with no letters in place, chewing on a clue like this. Not that we'll even get this immediately, but word with free or double. You don't need to be even a big word nerd or some trivia head to, unravel a clue like this. You might need a letter or two, but it's always fun to chew on things like these.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know that it's going to be some sort of a phrase that it's going to be free something or double something.
Exactly. I mean, we can come back to that. What about this idyllic spot of myth? ARC and then 4 letters.
Somebody, I don't know if it was Valeria Silvestri before had mentioned Arcadia.
Arcadia is the one we're looking for. Nice job.
Very nice.
Did you know that Arcadia can be spelled lowercase as a general sense, like a general idyllic spot, and thus I actually allow it in spelling bee. It just gets by. So now you know. Arcadia. Wow. For those of you that raise your eyebrows about what's Arcadia doing in the bee, that's a proper name. Is that sometimes in a general sense it gets by.
That crosser, it's this numbers. There you go. Court proceedings are acta. That's raising a lot of hackles in the wordplay comment section today.
That one is not allowed in spelling bee.
No.
That's a little too
right. Valeria Silvestri says 35 down is Occam. OCCAM.
Ah, yes, who favored simple explanations and really liked using his razor. Indeed is Occam. William of Occam.
And you'll be happy to know that Claudio is here.
Excellent. Claudio, you're here.
Well Claudio made it today. And everybody is celebrating it in the Twitch stream. By the way, if you are not aware, you can watch this stream in 3 different ways. You can even have them all on at the same time if you like, although that might be a little bit weird. You can watch us on Periscope via Twitter. You can watch us on YouTube, and you can watch us on Twitch. So, pick your platform and by all means join us. And please tell your friends about it, because we think the more the merrier.
Exactly. Right? So how about this? I was just going to say, we have this I off Arcadia. I feel like that has to give you enough, Deb, sushi lover that you are. Eel on
I know menu. This one. This has to be. Now, there are a lot of names for eel depending on how it's prepared, but this is unagi.
Unagi, again, I'm glad we have the I, otherwise you could have tried anago.
Right. Absolutely. That helped.
Would have thrown us, right?
Now, let's see. Nicole Xavier says 37 across is Iwo.
Let's see. Yes, you know what? Even on a Thursday, you're always going to have a way in somewhere. There's no trickery here. Not every clue is meant to be brutal. We can't come up with anything super clever or fun or fresh for you. It's going to be blank Gma every time.
I mean, I would consider that a gimme for just about any age. Would you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's throw that right in. Don't think we're trying to trick you there. Will Shorts is not trying to bend your brain with that clue.
No, trying to bend your brain with other ones.
Exactly.
Bruce Giordano says 46 across is afar.
Is afar, a ways away. I like it, when clues are just idiomatic phrases, and you just know, again, like you don't need to have any specialized knowledge. A ways away. What's that mean? Oh, it's afar.
Right. Let's see. Nicole Xavier says, I'm here with the gimmies. There you go.
Come through.
Pull them in, Nicole. Let's see. Purse222 wants to know, will the New York Times ever allow UWU? UWU. I
Oh,
think
God.
that would be hard for some of our older solvers, I think. You have to hang out on Reddit to know that one.
I can see a clue for it, and yet, I mean, it doesn't even look right if the letters are so separate like this.
There you go. C.
Um,
Butko says that 23 down is up 2, unless it's a 3 or a free throw.
You know what? I actually had that exact same thought when I was looking over this clue one last time. Is technically you could say it could be a 3-point basket, so maybe this needed a maybe, but up 2 is already sort of a weird phrase.
Yeah.
We think this should get it.
I'll tell you how I got it as somebody who does not follow basketball. I had 2 TWO for some reason, and then I just filled in on, at, up until I got it right.
Excellent. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta try that and check your crossers. I mean, how about goes for? So the 4 follows this answer, and the word is opts for.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Now, I just want to stop and say that Brendan Quigley is with us, who is the instructor for today's puzzle, and has written in large letters, big trust.
Hey, all right. Thanks, BizQuig. I appreciate it. Go
I don't know what that means. Why are you thanking?
We're talking football right now. Brendan's given a shout out to my Ravens, and
I see. I was really worried that it might be inappropriate.
No, that's good. Unless he's talking about large parts of bridges, and that has nothing to do with football. Brendan's a big Pats fan. I mean, he's up in the Boston.
Well, he lives in Boston. That's natural. Alan says that 48 down is Euler.
Let's see. Many a sight on the Suez Canal. It is not the name Euler. It's going to be the word Euler. Can anybody make a pun with Euler number, maybe? Many a sight on the Suez Canal. Indeed. Hopefully it's not stuck, like Ever Given. What do we have now?
Baypuri Raw Material says 25 down is stoop.
Is stoop. So 2024, right next to it. Go
low in a way.
Is
stoop, exactly.
Indeed. Think literally there. What do we have here? Ring thing. That's kind of big. But that's probably an S.
I would say so. I think that's posit, and the crosser is stone.
Is stone, exactly. Put forth as a hypothesis as posit. The crosser is stone. Ring thing. Indeed,
right.
Like in a wedding ring.
Now Bruce Giordano has a longer one. He says that 49 across is no seams. That's a good one.
Camping pests are no seams. Indeed. Oh, that's so interesting to write into a grid. EEU all right next to each other. I mean, that's wild. Just to do something like that.
That's awesome. So, Claudio is here, agrees with posit. Brendan Quigley says, I can be inappropriate. We all know that, Brendan.
We know that. We know
you very well. Let's see. Purse222 says, this is too esoteric for a New York Times puzzle, but Euler is a term on Twitch for people who donate lots of money or gift subs to streamers.
Oh, no, that's not too esoteric. We'll use that on a Saturday. That's what we're looking for, fresh new meanings. Thank you.
And all of the people over 40 are going to go, what?
That's just fine. You know what? Did we make anybody go what with this clue right here? Belle Biv DeVoe or Bananarama?
Not me. I got it.
What do we got?
Of course, I've been doing this for a long time. Belle Biv DeVoe or Bananarama were trios. Now, it says or, so it's singular. Trio.
Exactly. Trio is the one we're looking for. Musical groups. We can check our crossers. We have just get. That's not going to be very helpful.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And another get blank. Maybe
we can get this.
Maybe we can get this. That was
that's a Brendan entry. I can hear him. Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's see. Bruce Giordano says 41 across is top secret. I have a feeling that some of these longer answers, and I think that there were a lot in terms of theme material. I counted 7. today are all, I'm just putting this out there, they're all 3-syllable entries.
Yeah,
And that's it. That's the theme. That's it. That's completely it.
let's look. We will come back to that. But start like what
Okay.
could like top secret no-see-ums, like maybe like
Taxi
pussycat is
cab,
related. Taxi cab,
calcium,
calcium.
pussycat. Those are all, taxi cab, top secret, calcium. There's got to be something more to this, though, Sam. It can't just be a whole theme about 3-syllable entries.
I mean, there's probably more theme answers too. So we
Let's
should
keep
be able to,
going.
let's
Let's
keep
keep
going.
So Billy Freeland says 32 down is edits.
So actually that's a perfectly cromulent guess. Let's throw up the cromulent fist bump right now.
All right, that is very cromulent and a great guess.
So like let's just pretend we didn't even have top secret in here.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, it helps checking your crossers. So the tricky part here, and that's all guesses are good guesses, but for a teachable moment here, if it says make corrections to, then this is going to be a verb following the same. It would have to be edit in order to match that exact.
Yeah, so I was going to say it's singular.
Exactly.
That's hard though, because you do have the word corrections. So some people might accidentally read it as a plural, but you've got that verb there, make.
It's super close.
Yeah, it's very close.
Technical word, honestly. It's not a word you'd use every day. So we can get it through the crossword.
Billy says he takes it back. It's okay, Billy. I cannot tell you how many mistakes I make when I'm solving. I mean, it's okay to make mistakes. That's the whole thing about this. And then you learn for next time. There is no judgment here.
The best solvers make the most careless mistakes, even typos, when even just writing things in rather than like I remember this will be a good time to plug the ACPT in a bit, Deb.
There you go.
I remember there was one tournament puzzle I was solving in the Indy 500 crossword tournament that happens each late spring. It's a good one, where the answer was British. And for some inexplicable reason, and again, this is just handwriting, so it's not like I just fat fingered anything. I wrote in British and didn't get the puzzle completely correct. Like a cheese, I suppose.
Is Brie-ish sort of like having something to do with cheese? I'm feeling a little Brie-ish today.
Apparently, I had cheese on my mind when I was thinking, when I should have been thinking about the British. And so the British were not coming to help me in that puzzle, and I ended with an error.
Not by land nor by sea.
No, not at all.
We did. I think that the answer to that one would be emend.
That's emend.
And we have some other guesses here, which are great. Marilyn Johnson's with us. Hi, Marilyn, and she says hi. My guess for 42 down is Scirocco.
Scirocco, indeed. Sirocco.
Right.
Well done. If that's a gimme for some, great. If you needed all but one letter to get that, that's also great. That's what crossers are for. Well done.
Absolutely. Billy Freeland says the minute Bruce filled in top secret, I regretted it.
No regrets in crossword puzzles.
But you know what? That is probably a hint that you need to sort of pivot and think of another word that it could be.
Exactly. Also, like I personally learned emend through crossword puzzles. So like there's a technical one.
And First 222 is saying, can I get an emend? There you go.
Yes,
I love you people.
Yes, cheers.
Word people are the best. Absolutely.
So what do we have now? We've got Astronaut Cooper as portrayed in The Right Stuff.
Is that Gordo?
That is Gordo, indeed.
Okay.
There you go. Throwing that one in. Nice job. I would have needed another letter or two personally, but that's okay.
I remember the movie, so.
Fair enough.
This is a really nice word. I like this word.
What do we got? Happy as bygone days, Deb.
Well, if you're looking back at at your past and you're looking back at the good old days, that you would say that they might have been the halcyon days.
The halcyon days, indeed. Fun word. I like just forget the theme. I love seeing fun words like halcyon or taxi cab in my puzzle. They're always
very crunchy words. They really are.
Indeed.
Purse 222 agrees on halcyon, and Billy Freeland agrees that he also learned emend through crosswords today. So there you go. See, already you're a better solver.
Favorite thing about crosswords. I love learning new things. I think there's
Yeah.
always something you can take away. I mean, for
Uh,
me, it would be probably the Euchre.
Okay, wait. Go back down to the bottom there.
All right,
I
let's do
have
it.
I have a vegan bone to pick with
All
this.
right, what do we got? What do we got?
Okay.
I
The
bet I know what it
topping
is.
for a vegan burger, and I understand why you did this, is sprouts
Yes,
in the puzzle.
India.
But as somebody who eats a primarily plant-based diet, I have to tell you that most people, sprouts get really nasty on a hot burger. Even if
Oh,
it's a vegan burger, most people, like, I'm more of a pickled onion or caramelized onion person. And if you're gonna go vegan burger, the last thing you want are sprouts
gosh,
on it.
I'm not eating vegan burgers. I thought that your bone to pick was going to be that, well, you can eat sprouts just fine on a regular
Oh,
burger,
well,
and
that
I
too.
was
Anyone can
gonna
eat
say,
sprouts. As far as I know, there is no law against having sprouts on a meat burger.
I love sprouts. I'd throw sprouts on any kind of burger or sandwich.
Okay, there you go.
I
Adds a
guess
little
I
crunch.
can't say that I second your motion
Okay. And there
about
are a lot of
sprouts.
people who are agreeing with you on grasp. And Claudio is here, says 54 down is ands.
They may lead to longer sentences or
I
just
love this.
run-ons.
I love
Ands.
this.
Exactly. Nice job.
Yep.
Nice clues,
Because,
Dad.
you read a clue like that. Can we go back to the clue?
Yes.
They may lead to longer sentences. The first thing I think of is criminal infractions, they may lead to longer jail sentences. That's not where this Thursday puzzle is going. We're talking about actual sentence structure. And what makes the sentence longer is if you put a lot of ands in them. And as an editor, I can tell you that's the kind of thing that makes my eye twitch.
Yeah,
But,
I can I know I made your eye twitch many times early
okay.
on. Um,
Oh, Valeria's asking, are sprouts like Brussels sprouts? No, Valeria, these are like little microgreens, the little, like, what kind of sprouts would you call them, Sam? They're not the globe Brussels sprouts. They're the little grassy
I'd say they're
brown
stringy.
sprouts. Yeah, Nicole
Uh,
Xavier says they're more like microgreens. C. Butko says 54 across is ashen.
Ashen, pale as a
That was
ghost is ashen.
Yeah,
Nice one.
and Laura Brown agrees with that. Billy Freeland says 39 down is ecto.
Ecto, prefix with plasmic.
Mhm.
Subtle touch in the Times crossword. We love our alliterative clues. You guys, like,
Yep.
somehow a clue like this for such a boring answer is about like as playful as we can get here. And we're just
Right.
like, okay, it's sort of a fun clue now. Prefix with plasmic. I don't know. Say it
I'm
aloud.
not even sure how you would clue it otherwise,
Well,
but
there was
I'm
the
sure they have
Ecto
them.
cooler that came out
Yep.
after the Ghostbusters sensation. But
And now we have a whole list of different kinds of sprouts thanks to our viewers. There are
excellent.
microgreens, there are lentil sprouts, alfalfa sprouts. Thank you for that. Those are
Hogwarts
all
professor
very, very
and others.
cromulent answers.
Nice one, nice one.
Thank you.
Didn't see that coming.
Brandon, not Brendan, but Brandon says 45 across is intro.
Intro, it's a start. This
I
is
love that.
literal, everybody.
Yep.
Intro is a start.
It's clues. I love those. And I tried to explain this in wordplay today. Its clues are looking for a replacement for the word it's.
Exactly.
A noun replacement. And a start would be an intro.
How about this? We've got the harder part is me. I'm back. I'm back is me again. That's just a weird. That's another crunchy bit of fill that isn't related to the theme.
That's what I say in Slack when I keep bothering you about.
You know what?
Again.
Will is a big fan of the me again convention. He says that a lot when he double emails. It's really cute.
Absolutely. Walter Ian K is with us and says, hi, guys. And Laura Brown is on me again. Billy Freeland says 20 down is sturgeons. This was something I learned two things from this today, that sturgeons are nicknamed Albany beef and that they're endangered.
Gosh, I wish I didn't know the endangered part. I think sturgeon's tasty. Now I'm gonna feel really guilty.
Yeah.
Today I learned.
Now I feel bad about all the fish plates I used to eat. Let's see. Marilyn Johnson says 30 down is neat.
Is neat. Straight up.
There you go.
Neat.
It's drinking something neat. You're drinking it
something.
straight up. And Marilyn also agrees on sturgeon. Nicole Xavier says anytime on the sprouts, and we thank you for that. Word with free or double. Wow. Oh, I think I see this one.
You got it. What do we got?
Got to be a agent, a free
It's
agent or a double agent.
Agent. I mean, thank goodness it's not agony. I wouldn't want free agony or double agony.
Right.
So that's our agents there, our sports free agent or our double agent backstabbing us.
What is the one to the left of it?
Blank close. This is 2 words. Kind of tough to see.
Which would look, it would look weird in the grid if you didn't have some sort of a clue like this, but it's was I close?
Was I close or where was I? And then that gets us gets one's feet wet. Don't overthink this. It reads idiomatically, but you see that question mark right there, and that's supposed to tell you, okay, think about this literally. Getting your feet wet is just wading in the water.
Routes. No, I'm sorry. Wait.
Wait.
Get them down.
That's a little bit more than just getting your feet wet. You're really clobbering.
Yeah, you're really going for it. Now, we have, this took me the longest time to remember, but C. Butka reminds me that 33 down is par, the surname of the Incredibles.
That's a gimme for me. Love the Incredibles.
I do too. I'm just really bad with names. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We have a bunch of people who are saying that 33 across is preseason.
It's preseason, a little more than warm-up time. I'd say, you know, maybe they're trying them out at different positions, what schematics are working, but we'll take it. It leads you to the answer.
Now, that's the kind of thing where if you look at 34 down, even without looking at the clue, you probably are going to guess that it's snafu. Because what else? You know?
What else is it going to be? And so then what's this? Our gritty films informally.
Also, well, no, it's actually a very legitimate genre, but I know a lot about this from crosswords is noir.
Is film noir, because somehow noir is a really helpful crossword answer. You know, it shows up in lots of puzzles. It's a perfectly fine word, but perhaps overused in crosswords vis-a-vis the real world. So,
and Ben Bass is with us and says, I think they went with par because they were pretending to be average. That makes a lot of sense. That does. And everybody's agreeing on more.
Ben Bass writes he authors our cryptograms that show up every Tuesdays and Thursdays in the newspaper version of the Times. So if you're a print subscriber, you'll recognize his byline. Welcome back, Ben. Let's see.
All right.
Okay. Well, should we check this out?
Oh, look at that. Look at the highlighting. Wow. So the starting point for a piano student or a phonetic hint is 17, 18, 22, 20, 33, 41, 49, and 55 across.
Say that 5 times fast.
I would, no, thank you. I have to say that is a lot of theme material for a 15 by, it is a 15 by 15, isn't it?
So it is. So before let's take away the starting point for a piano student for a second. That's probably our best way in. But what do these all have in common, Deb? I mean, let's just say them aloud together.
Okay. Like I said before, I think they're just 3 syllables.
So taxi cab, calcium, pussycat, preseason, secret, no seums, halcyon.
There's more to it than just the 3 syllables.
What do we got?
That middle syllable
is
the C sound. That middle syllable is the C sound. Tax, and they're all spelled differently, which I think is amazing. And leave it to Ben Zimmer and Brendan Emmett Quigley to see this. Taxi cab.
I see what you did there.
Pussycat, preseason, top secret, no seums, and halcyon. And what does that get us?
That gets us middle C, because that's where you're going to start as a piano student. And what a punny way to sum up this just interesting, whimsical, linguistic theme that just makes you love the language. It just conveys a nice love of language that we really appreciate, you know?
We have a lot of people who have, you know, I think their heads exploded around the same time mine did. Kathy Odahan, Walter Ian Kay are both saying middle C, so that's great. And now we have just a teeny tiny amount left until we finish. So let us bring this home.
Let's bring it home.
Guesses in the columns. Billy Freeland is saying, oh, OIC, although I don't think that's an answer. I think he's just sort of
I
getting,
like the pun. I like the pun.
yeah.
We got hooey. Let's do oh man.
Oh man, there you
Yeah.
go. Claudio is saying that 51 down is Seiko.
Seiko, I liked learning that it means exquisite in Japanese. That's a cool
Yeah,
tidbit to tuck away.
today I learned. And Ben Zimmer is saying, glad we could provide a good aha moment for the solvers out there. It absolutely was, Ben. And what I liked most about this is that it crept up on you. I love it when there's no high wire trick in the Thursday puzzles. One of the things I love is a theme that holds its secrets close to its vest until the very last moment. And this one really did.
Yeah, I mean, it's really this is a nice glimpse into the mind of constructors, linguists, and the intersection of the two. Like, how do you even think of something like this? And finding so many different examples of it too. And as you said, because it was veiled so well, it just really creeps up on you, and you go, "Wow, that's wild." How do you
And I
think of
have
it?
to say that for packing that much theme material into the grid, the surrounding fill was still pretty good. I thought it was nice. There were a couple of things in there like ACTA and stuff that were probably,
Yeah, gloss right over them
you
because you've
gloss
got
right over that and you go and have fun. Now, Bruce
easy.
Giordano is saying that 59 down is DHS.
Is DHs the 10th men, the people who hit but do not field the ball, your designated hitters.
Oh, I get that.
There you
Okay.
go.
Marilyn
slang.
Johnson agrees on Seiko, and she also says that 64 across is Akihito.
Akihito,
And she
indeed.
gravitated
30
at-
years.
Yep. Let's see. We got one more on and on.
It goes on and on and on and on and on. And meanwhile, it's the opposite of ending. It's going on and on and on and on and on.
Right.
But no, that's end in a tie.
Right. And what is the down there? LI.
Happening in slang. It's lit, fam.
It's lit, man.
Let's go.
Oh man. You could write a whole book just based on the entries in this puzzle. A whole conversation.
Exactly.
Okay, we have two more letters, and then we are going to review the theme one more time. I'm going to say that on and on and on is nonstop.
It is nonstop, indeed. What an ironic way to end the puzzle.
Absolutely. We just stopped it, and Marilyn Johnson agrees. Sam, briefly take us through the theme one more time.
Let's do it. So, music-y Brendan Emmett Quigley and linguist Ben Zimmer both put their puzzle-making heads together to give us a music and linguistics themed puzzle here. It's riffing off the phrase middle C, the starting point for a piano student, is really a phonetic hint to these longer 7, 8, and 9 letter answers that what's that? 7 different spellings all have the phonetic syllable C right in the middle.
That's a lot for a weekday puzzle.
Calcium, pussycat, preseason, top secret, no-seums, and halcyon. I mean, that's brilliant. There's so much fun fill here too, like macabre and Arcadia and Duchy sure did. I'm biased about UVA, but no one else is going to care about that. But Scirocco, sturgeons with the fun fact about Albany beef. This is a great puzzle head to toe. I mean, really,
it's got enough in it to keep just about everybody interested. I mean, even if you're not a sports fan, even if you don't eat fish, even whatever, there's something in here for everybody. And I think it was very, very well done. So congratulations, Ben and Brendan. This was a terrific Thursday puzzle. Claudio is saying, thank you for this great puzzle. I brought my girlfriend along this time. We both had fun. That's awesome. I hope you
solving together.
Yeah, solving together. That's the best way. It's good for a relationship, believe me. Exactly. And I thought this was a terrific puzzle. So thank you again, and thank you, Sam, for solving with me. You wanted to say something.
Just one last thing. I just thought it'd be nice to plug. Not this weekend, but the very next weekend. What's that? The 23rd through the 25th.
Yeah.
Is the first ever all online rendition of, but I believe it's the 43rd overall. Everybody, it's the American Crossword Puzzle Tournament.
That's right.
There are puzzles from top-notch contributors and fun events, and you can just enjoy yourself or speed solve to see where you stack up, like running a race. There's a whole bunch of events. There will be breakout rooms in which I believe Ben Zimmer is actually going to be co-hosting a breakout room of his own, one of the constructors of today's puzzle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Brendan Emmett Quigley regularly makes puzzles for the ACPT, as we say. If you're interested, search crosswordtournament.com, or I believe the registration link is acptonline.com.
Yep, and our intrepid producer Isaac has posted the information in the Restream info. I'm hoping everybody can see that. It's crosswordtournament.com, as Sam said, and there's still time to sign up because it's virtual. One of the things that I like, although I've heard, I'm not sure this is it true, Sam, that Will is actually going to Stanford?
Apparently, but he's kicking it there.
So, there will be a small gathering of hopefully vaccinated people in Stanford, which is where the tournament usually takes place. But what I like about the fact that it's extended to virtual is that anyone from all over the world can participate.
Seriously, I believe there are over 700 people signing up, and I'm sure there will be many last-minute stragglers piling in. And as a quiet bonus, but I'm not going to say too much about this yet, I may or may not have a puzzle of my own in this year's lineup for the American Crossword Puzzle Tournament. So for nothing else,
you do.
Come solve my puzzle. I would love to watch you all, and I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, join us. acptonline.com, crosswordtournament.com. It's a great event, just celebrates everybody's love of puzzles, whether you're a novice solver or a veteran who's been solving for years. It's welcome to all, and we especially are looking forward to seeing you.
There's a social aspect to this. There will be open, I guess, Zoom meetings where you can come and hang out with your favorite constructors. I'll probably stop in from time to time. I know Sam's going to be there.
I'm planning on just hanging out. Like, really, just hit me up. Like, let's hang. Let's talk about spelling bee. Let's talk about word lists. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be lingering around virtually, of course.
Now, Billy Freeland is saying, thanks, Deb and Sam. Fun to be back. I'll try to come by more often. Been busy running for office. Well, listen, that's true. Good luck to you, Billy.
Cool.
I think that's wonderful, and I hope we do see one of Sam's puzzles in the tournament, because they're always nail biters. Anyway, thank you all for joining us today. We had a terrific time. I hope that it's not quite as gray out where you are, but I hope you had a wonderful time solving the puzzle. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times and Sam Ezersky saying happy solving.
Have a good one, everybody.